Hello and welcome to my unboxing of the January 2019 Allure Beauty Box. This is Dina and I'm glad you're here to watch my channel. This is my 5th video and I hope that you've been enjoying the ones I've been creating. Right now I have about 4 subscribers. I'm sure over time I'll get more and I'm looking forward to seeing that. But for now, for those of you watching, I thank you, and if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I have been watching all sorts of YouTube videos, so I'm learning things from all of you on what to do and what not to do. And I really appreciate all of the things I've learned from all of you. So if I've subscribed to you, know that I am grateful. There's just a whole host of people who've inspired me, and I look forward to getting better as I am working towards more clarity and grace and such in my YouTube videos. So here is the box. It's a little different than what I'm used to. Allure was one that I didn't decide to join until last January when they gave away a full-size serum by Sunday Riley, and I really like Sunday Riley. As someone who spends a lot of time taking care of her skin and knowing that I'm getting older, having something like the serum that they sent last year was awesome because it's a vitamin C serum, and that's really great for targeting fine lines and such, and just kind of rejuvenating the skin. And in general, I'm very happy with my skin. There are kind of a few minor places that I wish were a little bit more peppy, like my under eye area. But in general, as someone who is aging, I am actually okay with the way my skin is right now. And I thank all the wonderful people who've worked in cosmetics who figured out exactly what us women need to make our skin look amazing. Anyhow, so without further ado, I'm going to get right into this. And it comes with a red plastic container. One of the people I watched who unbagged or unboxed, excuse me, their Allure Beauty box for this month had said that one of her seams was open on one side. Mine, it has seams closed on both sides, so that's good. So hers must have had a fault. This is cute. I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but maybe in a different color I would. I think I'm going to give this to my daughter for her swim practices, or for my son for his swim practices, because it's not completely waterproof, but it's plastic, so if it gets a little bit of water on it, it's no big deal. And if it's lost or thrown away, again, no big deal. And they can throw in shampoos and conditioners, a comb or a small brush, and keep it and have it for their swim practices. So this is actually pretty practical for me personally, but I have kids who are very active and they do swimming and acting and a whole bunch of other things. So having extra things for them to take places is a good idea. All right, so it came with the Allure Beauty Box info magazine. It has all of the different information about the different products. So I'm not going to show you all the pages, but that's basically what it looks like. And there is actually an extra product that was not mentioned in this magazine in this bag, so we'll get to that in a minute. First, I'm going to start out with what is actually on my lips. I decided that because I don't like to unbox blind, I want to know what I'm getting into, because I find that if I don't unbox without looking first, I always end up making a stupid mistake or two. Of course, I could edit it and be like, haha, look at me, I made a stupid mistake. But I also kind of like the idea of knowing and researching beforehand so I can tell you a little bit more about it. So this is the Doucce, I think it's Doucce, who cares, really, honestly. Doucce, it's a lip crayon. I apologize if I seem a little out of it. It is the end of the day, and I have been teaching 8th graders all day, so, you know, give me a little bit of wiggle room here. I usually, since it is the night, usually I try to film these on the weekend when I'm bright and fresh at 10 a.m. or whatever. But today I was like, oh, I want to do one tonight. Nobody's at the house. I can get it done without any interruptions from the kids. But I forgot to have a glass of wine with me, which I'm definitely thinking needs to be in my next video that I make when it's this time of night. Anyway, so if I look a little bit more tired or I seem a little bit more low energy, it's just because it's like 8 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch the Doucce lip crayon. It is in the color Winterberry, I believe. I don't know how I feel about this company. They're kind of everywhere. They're fine. And actually, I think the color looks really pretty on my lips. It's a very vibrant color. I did end up putting a little bit of the Bobbi Brown lip gloss on top of it because it was too matte without this. And with this Bobbi Brown lip glass, it really did sort of oomph the color up. And so, and here it is swatched on my hand. Although, of course, all you need to do is look at my lips to see it. Of course, if you are a different skin tone or have different coloring than me, it may look a little different on you. So I am a fairer, more golden, kind of pinky toned, strawberry blonde, golden blondish kind of woman. And so typically these colors don't work for me. So I'm kind of stoked that this sort of bluish red crayon is as nice as it is on my skin tone. Anyhow, on to the next product. And this is called CEO Glow. It is a vitamin C and turmeric face oil by Sunday Riley. And I do actually really like this one. I haven't, it's got the vitamin C, which is the whole reason that I ended up buying Allure in the first place, was for that vitamin C serum. So to have a glow is really nice. So I don't know if I should use them together. I'll have to do a little more research. I actually didn't do research on whether or not I should use them together. But it is the same like set of moisturizer. So it's CEO, which is what the serum was as well. So maybe they are meant to be used together. It doesn't really have a smell. It's a light oil. So it's one of those where if I'm gonna use it, I probably would use it at night, because I would prefer not to have even a light oil during the day. I don't know, I don't think I'm oily skinned, but it kind of sits on my skin and takes a while to absorb. So I don't know if this is the best choice for daytime, but it's a good one for night, right before I go to bed. And I'll pull up that page really quick. And it says that, I guess this is a half size from what I understand, and it's $80 full size, so it's a $40 sample or deluxe size. Okay, next is something I am actually most excited about, because I received this last year in a beauty box, but in a different color. So last year I received the Mally in Chocolate Diamond, and this is it's called the Mally Shadow Stick Extra. So this is the one I have been using and loving for over a year. It is definitely used a lot by me. It's one of those where you can just, in the morning, if you don't really have time to do your makeup, you can just slide this on and put on some mascara and you're done. You maybe blend it a little bit, but I actually tonight, because I needed a refresh of my makeup, decided to use the burnished bronze color on top of the eye makeup I had put on earlier in the day, just to give it a little bit of a lift. And I liked how it like gave it just that little bit of oomph, because it is a shiny, kind of not a sparkly, but it's got a lot of like highlight to it, and so it's kind of reflective. I don't know if you can see that. It worked the last time I tried to do this, but there's no sun coming in the window because it's late at night, lady. So I'm looking out at dark and dark for my two windows, and I like to have the sun, although I could have a glass of wine, which would make up for it. Anywho, so I do enjoy that, and I am really excited by, so far, the 3 products I've received, even the one I wasn't even that sure about because it looks so cool on my lips, or at least I think it does. This is the Ouai, I think that's how you pronounce it, Scalp and Body Scrub. I do like the Ouai products. There's this one that I use, and it's like, it's a leave-in spray, and it smells divine. Love it. This doesn't smell like that, but it smells very light and floral. It's a little sugar scrub. It's a scalp and body scrub. And it says that full price is $38, so this is just a little sample. I'm sure the real one's probably pretty big like this. But here it is on the page. I'll have to give that a try tomorrow. I washed my hair this morning, so I'll probably go ahead and just use it as a body scrub tomorrow. The next we have the NCLA Los Angeles. It's a Call My Agent nail polish color. It's very pretty. That's more of the red that I would normally wear if I was like doing an actual red on my lip, because it's got more of the coral and pink tones to it that mean that my face will be lifted a little bit more instead of having something super dark, which is not usually my style. All right, finally we have, oh, and this, by the way, was not in the magazine, so it's a giveaway, a freebie. This is the A+ High Dose Retonoid Serum by Sunday Riley as well, and this is definitely one of the deluxe samples. I actually have a whole bunch of the Good Jeans in this size. Sunday Riley's Good Jeans is my absolute favorite product by her and one of my top favorite products to use on my face. I feel like it really does a nice job of just sort of exfoliating with the lactic acid, and it helps diminish the fine lines I have on my skin. It gives it a brightening. So Sunday Riley's Good Jeans has been awesome to me, and so I'm excited to try out the Retonoid Serum. My only problem is I actually have pretty sensitive skin, so Retonoid has caused, I've had red dots break out when I use it too much of it or too frequently. So I think I'm gonna have to use it. They probably say, they say just once or twice a week to start, and then ramp it up to every other day after a month or so. I'm pretty sure I will only do it once or twice a week throughout. I don't know that my skin is the right choice for doing it every single day, or every other day, excuse me, even after I've gotten used to it. But I know that it will help with the fine lines and such. And finally, we have the Beauty Blender Micro Mini. This thing is ridiculous. It is so tiny. Look at that. I'm looking at the world's cutest little beauty blenders. I do use beauty blenders, the bigger ones, for applying product. Probably not every day, but every few days I'll use it to help, you know, matte something out, or sometimes I'll use it to spread it a little thinner if I feel like it's gone along just a little too thick. They say to use this. The suggestion in here on the last page is that you use it to help with concealer, and actually I'm cool with that because I have a really tough time with applying concealer. In fact, I was super excited by that Hourglass Veil powder because I know that it's really good for under the eyes. And so what I've been doing is applying my concealer along with like the Becca under eye, sort of like highlighting or lifting concealer or correcting concealer. I don't remember what it's called. And then I'll brush it on very carefully. And then on top of it, I will take the Hourglass Veil mineral powder along with the number 10 Wayne Goss brush, which I just bought because it's the perfect size for underneath my eyebrow. I mean, underneath my eyes, not my eyebrows. And I can just gently stroke it on. But it's now later in the day, and I've actually switched to the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. And I had no idea. I thought it was just for the morning. Turns out you can use this throughout the day to kind of refresh your powder. And I was like, well, perfect. I'm doing a nighttime video after my makeup's been on all day, including my concealer, and it's starting to wear out. So I opened it up and they said on here, by the way, this is not in the Allure beauty box. Just so you know, the past two things, I'm just talking about my concealer, and I'll eventually get back to the beauty blender. So I'll tell you when I stop telling this story if you're not interested. So these are not in the Allure beauty box. But anyway, so the two of these together, I put them on and it refreshed this part, and then I went up here and I went down here, and it was very cooling. It was weird because it's a powder, but the moment you open it up and tap it on, it's very like, it feels not wet but dewy, and it's cool to touch. It's a nice little lift me up at 7 o'clock at night. So here's what it says. It actually tells you to make sure to keep this closed so that you can continue to feel the cooling powders. So anyway, back to the Micro Beauty Blender. I think that's what it's called. Micro Mini Beauty Blender. This is meant to be used in the morning. So instead of using like a brush to apply My concealer, I might try this tomorrow morning and see if applying it with a wet Micro Mini Beauty blender will be better for just keeping it from getting too, I just feel like it gets a little bit like it settles in the lines. Even with all the intense preparation I put into it, I still feel like it's not doing as good of a job as it could be. So I'm just playing around with a bunch of different things. So this Micro Mini Beauty Blender is a really good choice for that. Anyhow, I spent a whole lot of time talking about the Allure Beauty Box, and I also mentioned some things that are not Allure Beauty Box products. But I wanted you to know, basically when it boils down to it, this is a kind of kick-ass box. It's really good. And almost, I would say all of the products will be used by me. There's not one I'm disappointed in. Even the one I thought I would be disappointed in, the Doucce Crayon, I love this color. And so I am very excited by all of it. And I look forward to, continuing to use it, and using all of these products is part of my routine. And I love that Allure always gives you a mix of the skincare and makeup. And they don't introduce you to new products, but things like the fact that they have sort of fairly new Sunday Riley products in here, that's pretty cool. And I believe this one is the one that you can't even get yet. So very, very stoked to give all this a try. Okay, so thank you again, and I'm hoping you enjoyed my video, and I'll see you again in February 2019 for the Allure February 2019 Beauty Box. Thanks for watching.